Ukraine girds for long and difficult battle, says Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister, Irina Vereshchuk, emphasized the arduous nature of the journey toward victory, asserting that the path ahead will be both long and difficult. In a Tuesday Telegram post, Vereshchuk dismissed unrealistic expectations of swift resolutions, debunking notions like 2-3 weeks, by the end of the year or next spring. Instead, she urged her compatriots to mentally prepare for the endurance required in the ongoing conflict. Vereshchuk called upon the Ukrainian populace to channel their efforts into the struggle where they belong, pledging to exert their utmost efforts each day with patience. Her message echoed the sentiment of focusing on the present challenges rather than anticipating hasty triumphs, highlighting that the battle's resolution will necessitate persistence and resilience. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has also acknowledged the counter-offensive's slower pace than initially anticipated. The strategic approach involves targeting Russia's capabilities and logistical networks, reflecting the nation's commitment to achieving a comprehensive victory. As ongoing developments in Russia's war in Ukraine, a series of tragic events unfolded in Ukraine on Tuesday as Russian missile strikes resulted in the deaths of at least 3 individuals across the northwest and central regions. Additionally, an intense barrage of Russian missiles targeted Lviv's western region, inflicting injuries on at least 19 people while causing extensive damage to civilian infrastructure. Russia's defense ministry claimed to have struck Kyiv's military industry, refraining from addressing whether residential areas were targeted. Despite mounting evidence to the contrary, Russian forces consistently deny engaging in attacks on civilian infrastructure. Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister, Irina Vereshchuk, has stressed the necessity of preparing for a prolonged struggle, aligning with the sentiment of facing a long and difficult road to victory. Ukrainian efforts to fortify positions along the Lyman-Kupiansk axis east of Kharkiv have been reported by Serhiy Shirevati, Deputy Commander for Strategic Communications of the Eastern Military Grouping. Amidst these developments, shelling in the village of Novaya Tavozhanka in the southern Russian region of Belgorod left 2 individuals wounded, according to the local governor. Moscow's claims of thwarting a cross-border incursion by Ukrainian forces in the Bryansk region have not been independently verified by CNN. Russian drone attack targets grain warehouses in Ukraine. Russian forces executed a drone attack on the port of Reni situated along the Danube River in Ukraine's Odessa region, causing damage to warehouses and granaries. Ukrainian officials reported the incident on Wednesday, with Oleg Kuiper, head of the Odessa Regional Military Administration, noting that the attack's focal point was the port and grain infrastructure in the southern part of the Danube area. Fortunately, no casualties were reported in the aftermath of the attack, which Ukrainian officials asserted was aimed at damaging essential food supplies. Despite the assault, Ukrainian forces managed to swiftly extinguish fires ignited by the attack. A Ukrainian presidential advisor condemned the targeting of food supplies, citing the destruction of warehouses and equipment in the attack. Ukraine's Air Force announced the destruction of 13 Shade drones over Odessa and the neighbouring Mykolaiv region on Wednesday, reflecting the nation's ongoing efforts to counter aerial threats from Russian forces.